Worst concert I've ever seen, and that's not just because I don't like her. People just can't.
Okay, so buckle up because this tea is scalding. And honestly, I didn't see this plot twist coming in a million years. We're talking about Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj. Two people who have been at each other's throats for literal years, possibly, allegedly, joining forces. And not just for any random reason, but to go after Jay-Z himself. I know. Let me explain because this is wild. So first, let's rewind and talk about just how messy things have been between Jason and Nicki. We're talking a long, documented, absolutely nasty feud.
Worst concert I've ever seen, and that's not just because I don't like her. People just can't accept the fact that their time has passed. And so they're using all these young girls. Nicki, let me just hear her name. Political. Nicki's using all these young girls to be able to leverage their name because she fell off.
Like, this wasn't just shade on Instagram stories, this was full-on warfare. And if you don't remember, back in September 2023, Jason Lee made an allegation that went absolutely viral. He claimed, and I'm not making this up, that Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth allegedly tried to, and I quote, unalive him. Yes, unalive him. That's how deep the animosity ran. For years, these two have been throwing daggers at each other. Jason has called her out, she's clapped back. Fans have gone to war in the comments. It's been a whole circus. So the idea that they would ever be on the same side? Laughable, right? Well, maybe not. Because here's where it gets juicy. There are whispers, strong whispers, that Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj might be putting their beef aside to align against a much bigger target. Sean Corey Carter, Jay-Z, the mogul, the billionaire, the untouchable.
I want Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But nonetheless, you gotta own what you own. All right.
Now, let's talk about Jason Lee's history with industry gatekeepers, because this man has not been quiet. Jason has been extremely vocal about the gatekeeping that goes on in the entertainment industry, and he's been pointing fingers directly at Jay-Z for a while now. He's claimed that Jay-Z sent actual people to warn him, to tell him to shut up, to stop talking publicly about certain things. Jason has painted himself as a target of the Roc Nation machinery, this massive infrastructure that allegedly protects its own and crushes anyone who steps out of line. And guess who else has criticized that same machinery? Nicki Minaj. Observers started noticing something interesting. Jason Lee has been aligning himself with people who are exposing Jay-Z, people like Jaguar Wright, who has been making some wild allegations about the music industry for years. And now, Nicki Minaj seems to be in that mix too. So when did this rumored truce actually start? Well, it seems like everything shifted around the time Jay-Z made a very controversial decision, selecting Kendrick Lamar to headline the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show over Lil Wayne in New Orleans. Lil Wayne's city, Nicki was furious. She's always supported Wayne, and she made her frustration very clear. But here's the kicker. Jason Lee, who you'd think would jump at the chance to mock Nicki or twist the knife, didn't. Instead, he criticized the industry's unfairness. He didn't go after her, he went after the system, fans noticed. They were like, wait, is Jason defending Nicki? And that's when the whispers of a possible alliance started swirling. Now let's talk about Jason Lee's shift in perspective, because this is where it gets really interesting. Previously, Jason was all about the Deport Nicki campaigns. Remember those? He was loud, he was critical, he went after her political stances, her statements, everything.
Nicki is obsessed with right? She says Chrissy Teigen has one. She's called me a she's called Don Lemon a I don't know what her obsession with are, but here's the deal. I'm not thinking of Nicki Minaj today. I think that what she's doing, just the troping, the continuous disregard for the LGBT community, for her fans, for humanity, for everybody, it's an embarrassment to the culture. So I'm not really thinking of Nicki. And I think Billy Porter told my reporter the other day on the red carpet exactly how we're all.
But by late 2025 and early 2026, his tone completely changed. He started reframing Nicki not as some villain, but as a pawn, a woman manipulated by industry forces and political elites. On his podcast, Jason has been discussing Nicki's political moves as reactions to being excluded, sidelined, and shut out by the entertainment elite. He's been criticizing gatekeepers strongly in recent months. And it's like, wait, is this the same Jason Lee? Because this is a total 180. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Nicki Minaj versus the industry giants. Because honey, she has receipts, or at least She claims she does. Nicki has openly accused Jay-Z of trying to cancel her. She said he's actively blocked her success to prop up other artists, specifically Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. She's claimed that Tidal, Jay-Z's streaming service, misled her financially during the sale of the platform. She's alleged that Jay-Z strategically pushed Megan Thee Stallion's releases to outperform hers, timing everything to sabotage her chart performance. But it doesn't stop there. Nicki has also claimed that there were efforts to sabotage her marriage with Kenneth Petty, and she's reported shadow banning her accounts, her followers' accounts, all mysteriously throttled and suppressed. Coincidence? She doesn't think so. And then we get into the Roc Nation and family attacks. Nicki shared an interview by Damari Hadley, who is the estranged daughter of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. And the allegations in that interview? Sabotage, attacks on Nicki's family, attempts to silence her, technical interference with her social media. It's like a spy thriller at this point.
She has been through some trauma and some abuse with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They've abused her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've her family. They've attacked her husband. They've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her, let me speak up on it, nobody is safe right now.
So here's the big question. Are Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj secretly aligning to expose Jay-Z? Because Jason has allegedly hinted, and this is where it gets dark, that Jay-Z and Beyoncé put a professional hit on Nicki. Not a literal hit, but a career hit. An orchestrated campaign to destroy her reputation, her influence, her power. And if you think that sounds far-fetched, let's talk about the alleged historical examples of artist sabotage under Jay-Z and Beyoncé's influence. Because Nicki is not the first person to make these kinds of claims. Blue Cantrell, remember her? Hit 'em up style? She was huge in the early 2000s. But after working with Jay-Z, her contract wasn't renewed. She's spoken about financial exploitation, psychological distress, being pushed out of the industry.
I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you find out?
Still have a crush on him now.
Yes,
No,
you did.
no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really, I really like him though, and I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah. Okay. And what?
And you ran into him and everything was right. Would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
MYA, another example. She had successful collaborations with Jay-Z, commercial hits, but then her career just stalled. She's hinted at sabotage, and there are others. Anne Marie, Tierra Marie, Carrie Hilson. Even Rihanna has been rumored to have dealt with control and manipulation, though her situation is way more complicated. The pattern, according to these allegations, is clear. Cross Jay-Z and your career suffers. Now, we're about to get into some extreme and unverified allegations, so I want to make it clear these are claims being made, not facts. But Nicki has claimed that high-level figures, including Jay-Z, are involved in what she calls sacrifices to maintain power, like occult-level stuff, industry rituals, dark, disturbing things. She's also brought up alleged relationships and inappropriate age gaps in Jay-Z's past, specifically referencing Aaliyah and Beyoncé. She's tied her industry grievances to politics, posting critical memes about Jay-Z, Aaliyah, Beyoncé, and people are talking. Now, let's talk about the strategic media play here, because Jason Lee is not dumb. He knows the Jay-Z gatekeeping narrative is highly viral. It gets clicks, it gets views, it gets conversations started, and despite being Nicki's critic for years, he may be using this to create a huge media impact. Think about it. Nicki needs a media ally who isn't afraid of industry gatekeepers. Someone with a platform, someone willing to say what others won't. And Jason, he's got that. His tone has completely shifted from labeling Nicki as dangerous and problematic to showing her as misunderstood, manipulated, and targeted by the industry. A potential collaboration between these two could reveal insider information, challenge Roc Nation's narrative, and blow the lid off some serious allegations. So, where does this leave us in 2026? What's the current status? Well, rumors of a truce exist, but let's be real, Jason is still a critic. In early 2026, he called out Nicki's controversial use of slurs and some of her obsessions, so it's not like they're best friends now, posting selfies together and going to brunch, but an alleged strategic alliance against Jay-Z? That seems possible, and if it's real, the fallout could be massive. So here's my question for you. Do you think Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj have actually joined forces? Is this a real alliance, or just internet speculation running wild? And if they are working together, what kind of bombshells are we about to see dropped? Let me know in the comments, because this story, it's far from over.